Hello and welcome back to the Factorio beltless bot maze. I'm at our main fabrication site and you can see nothing is happening. And the reason nothing's happening is because we are out of ore. In this case, we're out of iron ore. So once the iron ore comes in, all this springs into activity. But the iron ore is gone, right? You can see it's gone already. So this will get burnt through pretty quickly, and then this all stops. So that means although we have a peak capacity here for production of modules and other goodies, in practice we don't make very much. Because we don't make very many circuits, we don't make very many modules. Because we don't make very many modules, we don't make very many machines. We also don't make very many solar panels, and everything is a bit slow. So yeah. Now, if we look at power, you can also see the power charts. They dip at night. Obviously, the solar production dips at night. But there isn't always enough. Let's zoom in, see if you can see. No, I sort of need a 20-minute here. So at night time, the boilers are cutting in because there isn't quite enough charge in the accumulators. But again, I'm not getting the accumulators made because there just isn't the raw material here to make them, right? So what can we do about that? So I now have over here a collection of full circuit trains. So I think the best thing to do would be to bring in trains of green circuits, dump them into the local network, let them get built into things. And that means setting up a request to stop. However, I am out of room for request to stops. The next one would clash with these chests. So, what do we do? What I'm going to do is, this basically does not use stone anymore. We have plenty of rail. We're not really smelting to make bricks, so none of this is really required. So what I'm going to do is start butchering this and replacing it with some filtered inserters for materials which are made off-site. Right. And I'm wondering if we can do something with purple chest temporarily to empty these. Yep. And we'll set a filter on this to green circuit. There we are. Good. And then we have a red circuit that comes up and measures the last row of boxes. Now in this case, those are the ideal ones to measure because they're furthest away from here. So when this box is empty, we have the materials we need. So I can replace these back. You can see these are having trouble emptying because there's only so much room we have for getting rid of stone. Right, what else? I need somewhere to pull the green circuits across. Now, green circuits are more compressed than copper and iron. So I reckon what we can do is replace 2 copper and 2 iron with green circuits, and that should be more than enough to make room. So perhaps these two. So let's change this request from 1k copper to 2000 green circuits. Good. That's that one there. Copy those over. These are now emptied, so we can put those down. Good. Then we need to wire in a requester. So we'll reuse the same train station. Let's wire this all together. Okay, so this is going to output a you. Oh, when green circuits are less than 8 times 200, 16 times 100, 1600. Just to be pedantic, less than or equal to output 1 U. Right, this will be enabled when trains on the way is less than U. Okay, and the schedule for this is green circuit train. So there should be a train on the way. Yep, there is a train on the way. That's quite exciting. So I want to see this actually work. And once it does work, I will... Here we are. Okay, so I may want to scale up the number of arms here. But I want to do this carefully because I'm thinking of bringing in some other materials as well. The next thing I'd like to bring in after circuits is steel. We'll have to retain some smelters locally just for the things that require plates, but yeah, let's see how this goes. Alright, so this hasn't unloaded, and the reason is that there wasn't room in the back here. Okay, how is this train doing? So it's got 15k. It's more than half empty. And these are being filled faster than they are being emptied. Okay. So we are winning. So what I would like to do is retire... Let's turn off my bots. I'd like to retire this green circuit build. Let's do it a little bit carefully. Okay. Awesome. That is the power of appropriate numbers of construction bots. So what that does is free up a whole load of modules and smelters. Alright. So this train is still unloading. What is the reason? Just that it takes a while. And amazingly, this is empty. Okay, so I think I'll set down a second box because I want to get this emptied more rapidly. So this train is empty and this box is empty. So this clearly is not working as we would hope. Okay, we'll get this done in a minute. Wow, it's a real bot swarm here. Okay, so it seems like I'm prioritized. Have we done all of this? Yep, so it's just this now. There we go. And got there in the end. Alright, so this should be calling in another train any moment. And let's check here. We have some circuits. Some circuits. Good, there's another train incoming. And this is where we will find out if we can keep up. It probably means putting down more green circuit builds, but I'm not... I mean, that's sort of the point, right? So, we're now doing 2 inserters worth of green circuits. And the aim is to, by doing this, reduce the number of ore trains we need to bring in. And potentially later on being able to do mixed unloads for ore and other components. Brilliant. So is this unloading faster? Yes, I think it is. It's still pretty painful. Yeah, so I was thinking of installing a mod that gave infinite research on inserter capacity. I thought that might be a useful thing. But I don't want to go installing a bunch of mods which I then get rid of later. Alright, so I think we'll do a similar thing down here for iron ore. Okay, so or maybe coal, because coal is a really low volume thing these days. So coal is mainly used for plastic. So what I'm going to do... coal is a bit weird because of... I had issues with it being used for the boilers and pulling unevenly from the chests. Alright, so we'll do it on the iron ore. So what we're going to do is essentially the same thing on iron ore, except these are going to pull in steel. There we go. So let's whitelist this for steel. I'm so tempting fate here to be squashed. There we are. So those are the steel arms. Then I want another of those. Good. And then let's hook up the wires. That's all done. Right, set this to steel. Okay, and then the schedule here is, whoops, steel, a wagon. Awesome, so we're requesting ore, but when that train arrives for the ore, we should request a steel train. And when we get that steel train, I will retire the steel smelters locally, and that will go some way towards reducing our costs here. Okay, so let's watch. We have immediately called in another ore train. So that is outputting 1U. It's just that at the moment, this doesn't show its inputs and outputs, which is a little bit annoying. It's just that there is an ore train on the way. Okay. And here's a green circuit machine. Great, so let's go have a look at our green circuit trains. We have this full one. We have an empty one. And our builds are here. One build is fully operational. Another one is being built currently. And it's waiting on furnace 3s. So let's have a quick check down here to see if there are furnace 3s waiting to be picked up. There's the modules. And where did we put the furnace 3s in amongst all this mess? There's furnace 1s. This is requesting furnace 3s. Okay, so we're out of furnace 3s. We could free up a load by dismantling... Oh, these are furnace 2s. Okay, that's a furnace 3. Furnace 3. So I could dismantle some of the green circuit builds or some of the steel builds. And I'm not sure how many I actually require. So let's go have a look at the build and see. Okay, so it looks like quite a few. So it's going to be 16 sounds about right, doesn't it? Let's have a look. Okay, so that would require 24 furnaces in total. I can see 7 down. Are they in my... They're in my pocket. Okay, so let's temporarily set this to 0. And this to 0. I can always reclaim them later. And let's see if we can get that second green circuit build going. Because I don't think we're going to... We've still got a full train there. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. As for steel, we still don't have a steel train incoming. It's like there are no steel trains. So let's see if there are steel trains. And where are the steel trains stacking? They're over here, aren't they? Okay, so we have empty, we have 2 full ones. Maybe it's a timing, just that they never get called. Although I did upgrade the Train Supply Manager mod, so it's possible something had got out of whack in the upgrade. So, see if that fixes it. Okay, so what I'm hoping to see is a flash here when this train unloads, where it decides what train it will call next, and I'm hoping it is a steel train. Okay, it doesn't seem like we're getting fair use here. Alright. So let's have a think. What other resources are we making out in the wilds which are needed in high volumes here? So green circuits is the primary one, isn't it? Steel is the secondary one. And let's have a look at our steel builds. Okay, so here they are. This is one which has been fully upgraded. Although the inserters are still all green. Okay. So can we do better? Yes, we can. Let's do better on all of this. Let's do all the betters. So these are furnace 2s with module 1s. So I'd like to get one of these steel builds fully upgraded, and then we can start to roll all the other builds over. I know stack inserters are overkill, but they certainly do not hurt for UPS. All right. Yeah, this is just never calling in a steel train. What other resources do I want? So I don't have a train of batteries because they get direct inserted. What is holding up? Okay. let's have a look here. So what is holding up making this? Let's go and have a look at it. I don't think I can do this from the map. Okay, so what's holding up this machine? Okay, so batteries and iron plate. Interesting. So we took out the dedicated iron plate smelters because we had overflow from the green circuits. Clearly we do not actually have overflow from the green circuits. So... okay, let's put this down. Let's put a pair of these. I think this is out of the way here. Good. The copper smelters over here are backed up, so they're clearly surplus to requirement currently. Yeah, there's just no iron or ore. I wonder if there's some logic I haven't... So they both flashed, but the iron ore won. I don't know if it's where they are in the wire, so I've just swapped them over. It might be that I need to use a signal in the alphabet, which is closer to A. I'll give that a go. Let's try it like this first and see what happens. Okay, so this is the iron train. Oh, this is annoying debuggering stuff, isn't it? At least green circuit's coming in. Okay, so that goes off. Alright. I think we probably had an extra train called in when I was doing the modifications to the circuits. And that's empty. No. Or one again. Okay, so let's change this to S, which is definitely before T in the alphabet. There we go. Okay, so this train will be coming any moment now. Let's just check on the attacking situation. We're getting attacks. If in doubt, add more. And maybe a wall. Do I have any wall on my person? I don't. Okay, what I really wanted to be doing was setting up artillery. So let's get this train unloaded, see if a steel train comes in. If not, then I'm confused. Okay. So So this train is empty. Iron ore. I have no idea. Alright, let's go back up here. So I've just sent that round in a loop. Just to get it queued back up on full. Okay. So this is signed as empty. This one is full. This one is full. No idea. Maybe I need to do steel up top on the green circuit build in amongst the stone. Right, let's get out of the way. And we'll prepare that with some purple chests. Okay, and we'll let the base start to clear that out. Okay. So that red wire from the box to the lamp to there. Then I need a red wire from there to there. Steel is less than 800. Output 1 V. I don't really understand this. Okay, so this is outputting V. Let's see what gets called in when this is empty. Okay, let's see if we can help with the stone at all. No, I think I filled up my trash. Okay, let's get on with what I really wanted to do. Let's set these filters though in the meantime, in case a train does come in. And are we nearly there? I wonder if I can turn it all into landfill. Can I make landfill? No idea, to be honest. And is there a trash anywhere around here that I can... Ah, trash is pretty full. Might have a logistics problem. That might be it. So, this is our central storage up here. Yeah, our central storage is full. Okay, probably time to fill it up with more. There we are. That should help things. Okay, so this has brought in a steel train. So we do now have steel being delivered, which is pretty cool. Right, so I need to filter these last ones to stone. Because I don't want to end up with circuits in them. And we may need to revisit what these are filtered to in future, but for now that's fine. Okay, so we now have steel coming in by train. I think I can... get rid of that. We'll go back to how it was. So... hopefully... Ah, this isn't going to work, is it? Because we don't currently have a means for moving steel in. Okay, so I think the thing to do is to replace 2 of these iron ones with steel. So these will request 2,000 steel. A quirk of how this works is that the inserters would always be emptying the green circuits here and would never get around to moving the copper ore. Anyway, there we are. So this is all moving again. So what's the next job? I want to set up artillery. So the first thing for artillery is we need to set up artillery shells. Okay, this is not happening, is it? So let's... So assembly machine 3s don't appear to be getting made. If I just request... Sorry, furnaces 3. So if I just request 2 of those, that should be sufficient. And I can just request 10 of these. Okay. That'll be enough to get everything moving. Alright, let's head over here. So... put down one of these. This is going to make shells. Artillery shells. Good. It needs explosives, explosive cannon shell, radar. Okay, and we want to cap this. And how many do we want to have in the entire network? I think 100 is a sensible amount. And I actually want to make this an active provider, because they stack quite low. that there. Good. Can I add productivity to these? I actually don't know. Seems I can't. Okay, so these should probably be full speed machines. Good. And what does this need? Explosive cannon shells and explosives, neither of which are in the network currently. Not a problem. Okay, so this is making some iron plates, which will then be going into making all sorts of things. So back here. Radars, and I want to... In fact, I would quite like to put down a radar machine locally. However, I'm more interested in the explosive cannon shells. There we go. Right, I'm just going to cut these off at a single stack. I'm not going to police the production of these things. And there we are. So that's them being made. Now, what are the ratios on this? Ah, I need a lot more of these. So, double it. And then check the speeds again. Okay, so that's an extra one of these. These require steel, plastic, explosives. I've got a feeling I'm never going to be able to keep this running anyway. Get rid of that. So, explosives is the next thing. And I've got a feeling they're made in a... chemical plant. And I've got a feeling they're made with petroleum. Alright. Do I have any chemical plants with me? Yes, I do. Good. So this is going to make... Oh, that's interesting. Geocompost. Fair enough. That might be a thing I do later. Composting. I haven't really done these ribbon maze things. Explosives requires... Oh, it's just sulfur, coal and water. Okay, so let's move that away from here then, since I don't need petroleum directly. In fact, I think we could just make it down here. Good. So, explosives. And we will just do a pipe right up there. The icon for pipe has changed, which threw me. We need an offshore pump, which I can... Oh, there it is. Found it. Well, that's a personal record. This can be prod modded, although they're actually dirt cheap, aren't they? So perhaps not. All right. Then we need a passive provider and a requester. This is going to provide... This is going to quest. There we are. That can go there. And we can put a light there. Right, so let's just work it out. So this produces 250. This consumes 300 and something. So let's double this. And that should be sufficient. Okay, so we should now be closer to making... It really wants an extra explosive cannon shell machine, but these are waiting on explosives. These are making as fast as possible. Okay, so I haven't got my mass anywhere close. Let's take this and flip it there. Doesn't fit. Okay. Cut the whole of that. Move it over to there. Copy the whole of that and put it there without the rover port. I actually don't want sulfur. There you go. Don't need any speed ones. I can set that to 0. Okay, this looks a bit more green. Right, the next thing is let's make an artillery. Alright. And we'll go over to our normal building things area for this. Where should we make it? We have loads of gear production now for things that aren't really needed. Oh well. Okay, let's take all of... This is a bit of a mess, isn't it? Let's take that out. Good. Then we can put down our building things blueprint. The recipe for this will be... Ooh. Lots of pretty things. Artillery turret. Good. And what is this not getting? Concrete. So, let's make a concrete build. Where's a good place for it? This is all kind of boxed in. So maybe here. Alright. Concrete. Good. Pick up the whole of this. Put it there. And then we can do a similar inserty thing. So one of those, one of those. There we are. then a power pole there, and a light there. Did I do a light or a train requester over here? Train requester. Well, that's just annoying. Alright. Oh, I've done this the wrong way around. I have. Try this again. I like the new concrete icon. Right, and we will just fill this box. I don't see the point in being shy with concrete. It will all get used for something. Okay, so this means we are now building this. Very nice. And I'm going to grab one and put it in my pocket. Awesome. And then how are we doing down here? This needs explosives, and the explosives are running full time. Nope, they've made 100. Great, so we need a sink for their sauce. What I'd like to do is try out the artillery, see how effective it is. For that, we need... Right. This is electric furnaces. We are never going to use electric furnaces again. Shells. Okay, and this has 48 slots. Great. I can get rid of all of that. Get rid of all of that and uncap. Then let's ride this train to somewhere interesting. One of our frontiers. So let's ride it to here. And we will put down artillery and some requesters and things and see what happens. Okay, so we are upgrading this solar as and when. I've put down a load more upgrade requests here for green accumulators. Alright, we requested this be upgraded, but nothing has happened at all. We haven't even upgraded the modules, which is a bit depressing. Let's see if... Okay, let's see if that happens. And is our green circuit build any closer to being... So green circuits 2, is that any closer to being made? I think it might be, actually. Yeah, I think it's mostly there now. So on the way back, we'll see if we can set some recipes for that. Good, and here we are. Whoop. Hang on. I really am not a fan of this. Go to there. It keeps driving off. All right. So, almost back up at the frontier again. Much better. Okay, so let's take our artillery, our one and only artillery. Okay. And we will have requesters. These are going to request, whoops. .48 shells. And for now, I'm not going to put the inserter arms because I want to build up a war chest of those before I send it on its way. However, I would like to peek back here. So I started writing a to-do list. Artillery, blue circuit revamp, red circuit revamp. Okay, we've actually ended up doing something else, which is shipping green circuits home. And the effect of that is, no, our green circuit builds are still all running full speed. So it hasn't helped at all. And we are still doing so little production that this hasn't been made. Okay, so I'm wondering, some of these are going orange now, which means we are producing enough steel. So, or at least we can't make steel at this speed because we haven't got the ore, one or the other. So what I'd like to do is deconstruct some of these to release their modules and smelters. This one looks upgraded, so that should help. Alright, and then we'll see if this gets built. So we definitely have steel here. So there is steel being picked up and presumably going into these processes. Alright. And these are not making because explosives. Okay. Well, when in doubt, double it. See if that helps. See if it gets built. Okay, so we have some of these now. We have our first 24 shells here. We have several shells here. That's enough for us to start. So this isn't... Oh, this has so many connections, it can't make a new one. So I don't know if you knew, but poles are capped on the total number of connections they can make. Okay. Ooh. Little shell casing. Shell casings. Awesome. So let's have a look. So this is definitely working. And our laser wall is holding them off currently. This is doing the job, isn't it? So I'm wondering if the way forward on our maze is to start doing... is to start doing what we could call artillery creep. So the idea would be put artillery at the edges of our territory, use those to clear the maze around them, then run out, put down a laser wall, and just keep extending it that way. So I think I might have a go at that, either on camera or between episodes. This is quite satisfying though, watching this stuff all get cleared. Particularly after it's been such an effort to clear things manually. Okay. And we're actually using quite a lot of resources at the moment defending borders, so if we can clear them with artillery, then I am definitely all for that. Okay, now I don't know in practice what our range looks like. Let's have a look. I can't do any infinite researches at the moment, obviously, because I haven't got rockets. But the early aim is to just push everything back beyond our pollution cloud, so that incoming attacks don't happen. Right, that's our pollution. So when this is all cleared out, that's a bunch of pollution dealt with. Turret coverage. That's right on the edge of what we can reach. And I'm not really interested in lots of manual targeting. Okay, let's turn my bots off. I don't think we're going to need this. But this is at least... I'm pleased with this as a respectable amount of maze clearing. It's so pretty now with all the extra blood effects. Fades a little bit quick for my liking, but you know, I'm guessing there's performance trade-offs. They make nice little clouds as well. Where's the next one coming? Yeah. It's throwing up bits of chitin and things from the little bits of guts and gore from the worms. I like that. Alright, so that's definitely done its job. And our laser wall is holding. So I'm going to leave this here. Let's travel back home. And in between episodes, I will start putting down artillery at various strategic points on the map to start to push back past the edge of our current pollution cloud. Alright. So, turn off turrets, turn off electricity, turn off pollution. Green circuit build. We are still not quite there. Okay, we're lacking assembly machines now. Do I have... Yeah, I have a few in my pocket. Oops. Probably one of the most dangerous places on the entire map to be driving manually. Let's go back up and... No, I couldn't get in there for some reason. Alright, well I should be safe here for a moment. Okay, so that's everything except the modules, which should fly in soon, I would hope. How are we doing for modules? I think I can have a quick look in the chest. Yeah, we've got plenty of modules, so they will be coming in any moment. So I can commission this by setting the train requests. Good. And that should have commissioned this build. So we'll just have to wait for the construction bots. Oh, the construction bots are here. They're supplying all those modules. Right, the next place I would like to go is there. Have I made a boo-boo? No, I haven't. It's just high volumes of traffic on a junction. I think when I parked on the main road, I caused a bit of a backlog. Luckily, not a problem. Particularly since we sorted out the signaling. Alright, so I'll carry on now. This is working fairly well. I would probably split out to separate iron and copper parks. That's a job for the future, I think. Oh yeah, we've got new mining drill pitches. I have upgraded this now to the newer version. They're quite fun. Okay, so this is what needs upgrading to tier 3 furnaces. Some of them are upgraded. Okay, so it's just a question of waiting for this to happen. And that should improve our production here. Alright, back to Galifrey. Alright, let's have a look at our production charts. And what I want to have a look at is solar panels. Okay, so we're making 14 elite solar panels in the 10 minutes. We're making 13.4 of the green ones. The blue ones cost about 10 of the green ones. The green ones cost about 10 of the light blue. So 13, 13, 15. So what we're seeing basically is that we are limited by the speed at which we can make the tier 1 solar panels. So let's have a look at that. It might be worth having a dedicated solar panel build area. But these all appear to be running at full speed. Yeah. Let's head up. I think I've got a second bank of them here. Yeah, I've got a second bank here. Right, what I'm going to do is turn off my bots. I'm going to retire these. Okay. And I'm going to replace these with fully beaconed. And see if that improves things. Okay, and then I'm going to make that fully beaconed and then leave that one, because there's absolutely no hope of... Actually, there's probably no hope of this running full time. Let's have a look. So we're 5 under to run that. So I need another 5 of these, ideally. Okay. And I'm just going to cut this, because I think it's time we had an area for doing solar, rather than in amongst all the other stuff. Okay. So we have 5, 10 of those. Okay, and then that gives us one of these for these 10. And then this can be 10 times slower and still keep up. So that can just go there. Good. So this should have given us the possibility of improving our production rate. In practice, it's probably not helped greatly. In practice, we're probably low on green circuits. But it's worth a try. Yeah, so we'll just leave that to fail to produce at the rate we would like it to. This I think we can trim back for now. Good. This is mainly orange, which is a bad sign. Okay, green circuits are being pushed across the barrier. Is it just the number of chests we have that's the problem? Okay, so these are not filling up, are they? So we're not moving... We basically don't have enough arms. Now we... Unlike before, we have some iron and some copper. So... I'm going to repurpose these to circuits from copper. Good. Then... That tied it up. That's tied it up. We're getting there. Okay, so we are definitely supplying all of the steel that's needed. So we can retire, I think, all of this steel smelting. And I'd rather just have all the steel be made off-site. So if we retire that bit... Good. Then this bit of copper smelting. Let's tie in there. I think I'd just like to get rid of this as well. I really do want to make sure that any steel smelting I'm doing is done at a dedicated steel smelting train site. Okay, that can go. That can go. Good, so we're freeing up some space nearer here, which has got to be a good thing, hasn't it? Next jobs. So far too much of this green circuit build is live. We still have not made this, which means that all the smelters and things are going off to do something else. Okay. Is this all up? No. We are still waiting on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 16 smelters. And if we get dizzy, heading down here. Okay, that all looks good, doesn't it? We have 5 of those waiting. Okay. This all looks really good. both our steel arms going now. Furnaces. Okay, that's our tier 3 assemblers. They're definitely not getting made at the moment. Tier 3 smelters. They are not being made. What's holding them up? And it's going to be modules. I can pretty much guarantee. Okay, so this only has 5 level 3 speed modules. This speed module build is starved for green circuits. So it is the green circuits. Okay. And how can we improve that? Because we definitely have 4 green circuit boxes here. All of them are being pulled from. So I don't know how to improve this, to be honest. It might be that so many of them are going into this build. Possibly. Okay, so this is waiting on steel. All right. And the steel here is being requested in. Okay, logistics. Now we have several thousand logistics bots we aren't using. So what could the reason be? Is it travel distance? Do I need to pick this build up and move it here? I mean, I've got plenty of room to now. We'll give that a go. So let's grab it and put it down. There. Get it moved, just see if it's a travel distance issue. And I can also pick this up and move it here so that we're consolidating our smelting in one area. And then let's have a look on the map. So we've upgraded to blue panels here. We have a full set of blue panels here. These are green, so I want to upgrade these from green to blue. There we go. And I'd like to upgrade these from green to blue. In the meantime, these should be upgraded to green capacitors, and they aren't being. Okay, so this is all starting to happen. And I think it's working a lot better now. It was a flight time issue. So I think as I sort out the builds, I can move everything closer to the trains, and then everything will be better. Okay, get rid of that. Oh. Cut that. Paste it there. Alright. Seriously? Okay, well, the fix for that, we now know, don't we? It's to put down something like this. So, here. Good, that should help. And I can run over and pick up one of those by hand. In fact, I can just request one in, can't I? And say I always would like one. Good. And I requested one. How many are on the way? 0. Okay, why am I getting no... I was a bit worried when I see random inserters in the middle of nowhere. Why am I getting none of these? Okay, that should have fixed it. Let's do our last bit of booming, and then I'm going to call the episode here. We've done quite a lot though. We've brought in steel and green circuits to the main base. Right, where were we going to go? Here. Yeah, so we've upgraded a few builds. We've optimized our solar panel production. It's all been pretty good, to be honest. And now I'm in a park. Have I deadlocked? Ah, interesting. So something did not repath. That's a full signal. Okay, so it should have repathed here, so that it could pick a coal. Let's double check to see if that's a recurrent problem. Okay, so we should repath here. Okay, we need to keep on. This is why I'd prefer the inline stacking, because you can set the logic for this without blocking the main line. Right, so the simple fix is to send this out and back in again. Then this one can park. Good. Right, that's got everything moving. So I need to redesign stackers so that they always have a chain signal prior to the stacker, so that as trains come in, if there's been some shenanigans with which of a repeated name station they want to park in, they can always repath to one that's available. Okay. Alright, next jobs. These are all getting upgraded quite nicely quickly. And the next thing that really needs improving is the rate of production of these, which is currently stuck by tier 1 capacitors. I think we're going to need to upgrade the capacitor builds. These are waiting on batteries, and the batteries are waiting on iron. So it's an iron smelting problem. Okay. That should probably help. Good, everything's moving again. To be honest, given the volume of trains here, I'm quite pleased that we don't have constant deadlocks. Right. This is requesting. Ooh, this is nearly gone. Wow. Okay. That would allow us to put more red circuit builds in. But I'd like to get these builds upgraded first. But once they're upgraded, I may well put in bigger and better builds. That would be quite fun, wouldn't it? I don't know how many hours I have on this map, but still haven't launched a rocket, which is probably a record for me. And I still haven't built all the infrastructure, which equally is a record. Good, let's hop out. Ah, we have a logistics issue. Never worry, it'll get sorted out. Right, well, I was going to end with booms, but it looks like it's going to take a few minutes for my ammo. Oh, is that my ammo here? Yeah, my ammo's coming, so it might be coming quite quickly. Some of these are green, which is good. Let's have a look at our power then while we are waiting. So let's go to 1 hour. Nothing has really improved with the green accumulators. Nothing has particularly changed with the yellow ones. Yeah, we're not really moving things forward. This is now producing 1.2 gigawatts. This is at 4. So there we are. Let's have a look at this and this. Okay, so these are contributing about the same amount. I think they drain in proportion to one another. Yeah, we're just not. You can see we're just not producing green accumulators. So that will be the next thing to try and tackle. Here's my ammo coming. And we will end with sweet, sweet destruction. In the meantime, how are we doing here? Well, we haven't even mined out the front row, have we? So these mines are going to last for a little while. Oh, it nearly got there, and then it went back. Is it coming? Is it coming? No, no. Nearly and then back. Nearly. That was supplying me a module, which is a totally useless thing to do. Good, we have booms. Beautiful, beautiful booms. Right, well, thanks very much for watching. I'm calling that a day. Please stay safe. Stay home if you can, and I will see you again soon. Bye-bye.